everybody, and welcome to Brick Talk. I'm your host, Brad the Brick Critchfield, and with me today I have two guests. I have Jeff the Hellhound Sutton and Josh. What's your nickname?
The Viper.
The Viper?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your last name?
Vogelsang.
I'm sorry, say again.
Vogelsang.
One more time.
Vogelsang. Vogelsang.
Sane. Is it sane at the end?
Sang? Vogelsang.
Oh, sang with a G at the end.
Yeah.
Okay. Vogelsang. What is that?
German.
German? Okay. That was my first guess. Yeah. That would have been. Yeah. Are you straight up German?
No, I'm half Mexican, half German. My mom's Mexican, my dad's German.
What kind of car you drive? I figure
Ford,
it's either going to be a Volkswagen or a Datsun.
Ford Ranger, but my family has 3 Volvos.
3 Volvos?
Yeah.
No shit?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny. You know that's funny, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you guys have fights coming up pretty soon. Tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Awesome. How's the weight cut going?
Good.
It's there.
All right. So this is going to be a low energy podcast. How much weight did you guys cut?
I cut 18 pounds.
18 pounds?
Yep.
Dude, how much have you lost altogether? You guys are both.
Like
I want to be politically correct. You guys are both fatties, right? Yeah. Pretty much.
Guess you could say that.
Dude, you don't even look the same anymore.
Yeah, I was like pushing 230
Yeah.
at my biggest when I first started at Tracy's.
Yeah.
And then about a year in, I think I got to like 190.
Damn, man. Good job, dude. Good
Yeah.
job. Jeffrey, what was the biggest you ever got?
Like 250.
250? Dude, you're such a redneck. Yeah, he was big boy. Have you seen it? Did you see him when he was like bigger?
How big were you when I started training there?
235.
Dude, I'm gonna put up.
I'll throw a picture up.
Do you have a picture of when you were
Fat?
heavier?
Yeah, I probably do.
Heavier?
Yeah.
Yeah. Send it to me. I'm gonna put it up because both of you guys have lost a lot, so that's really good.
Yeah.
Makes me feel like hopping on a freaking treadmill. That's good. And then how much weight did you cut for this fight? Oh, God. So I told him, I was like, dude, we only have 2 mics. You have to put the mic in front of your face when you're going to talk. Nothing absorbed.
I forgot. But about 20 pounds.
For this fight?
Yeah.
Shut your mouth. Good job. Really? 20 pounds?
Yeah.
So this fight's at 165.
65.
And you're already at 163.
Yes.
God, what an overachiever. So I guess I should give a little bit of a summary. So both these guys train at Tracy has his sub fighter in Seal Beach. This is Josh's first fight. And then Jeffrey, it's your 8th? 7th fight. And they're going to be fighting tomorrow night at Metroflex Gym. That's in Long Beach. And really, if you've never been to a fight, or even if you do go to fights, you should really go because it's so close. You can, the Uber, it's like a $4 Uber ride. See some really great fights. But then again, location's relative. So if you're not close to that, I guess that doesn't make sense. But anyway, great fights. Doors open at 5. Fights start at 6. It's probably like 10 bouts or something, right?
14.
14?
14 bouts.
Bang. There's booze. There's, music, cool people, and really good fights. Tacos. There's always tacos. Tacos are good. And so tell me a little bit about how you guys got started fighting. First one to the mic wins.
That's me.
Such a wiener.
Like how I got started fighting? Like in general, like from
Yeah.
the beginning? My big brother fought, and he was pretty good.
Can I have my belt? Can you grab me my belt, please?
I honestly just wanted to be able to beat him up because he'd pick on me.
He's going to have to fight a long time
So
in order to make that happen.
started training at Sweatshop a few years ago. Now I'm at Tracy Hess Sub Fighter, Seal Beach.
I'm just gonna do the podcast like this. So the good thing about being an older brother is, there's a lot of perks, right? Number one perk is you get to beat up your little brothers.
You know, he said older, not bigger brother.
I know. All right, jokes aside, I never beat you up.
That time in the street.
That was a really good fight.
That was a good fight.
You caught me with an elbow and gash. I have one scar. I fought like 10, 11 times. I barely got punched. I fought him in the street. It's a long story. All right, this is a short podcast. Okay, don't get greedy. But anyway, I have like one scar, like right above my eye, and that's from him. And yeah, it was bloody too. I should have got stitches on it. Yeah. Anyway, that was one time, but you were already an adult. Usually when like people say like, "Oh, I beat up my,"
I was 17.
Yeah, I was like what, 19?
You're 5 years older than me. You're
Am I
22.
really? Oh, geez. But you asked for it. I'm not going to get into it, but you asked for it. You're being a little shithead. You went through a phase.
Give some details.
All right. No. Do we ever fight with gloves?
Every time we spar.
Oh, God, if you're going to count that, come on.
If you've seen us spar, you'd count them as fights too.
Oh, yeah. Then again. Yeah. Yeah. But not really, though.
Let me give a little insight into Brad sparring. He'll say, "Hey, let's do some light. Let's just move around," and then the moving around will go into full on, almost a fight, pretty much.
Are you guys ambushing me right now? Jesus Christ.
Oh, I didn't bring my shin pads. No kicks. Round 2, light kicks.
Round
Round 3, one of us isn't walking.
Only head kicks. That's it. I can't really head kick. I'm too short. But no, I never beat you up. You were always a sweet kid when you were younger. You were sweet, and you turned out really well, and I'm really proud of you. Did this get really awkward for you, Josh?
It's like it turned into a family therapy session.
It did, right? For like a second. Man, I gotta put this belt down. I'm gonna hit him with it in a minute. No, yeah. So you started fighting because I fought, or was that just like one more reason?
It's one of the reasons I came here and started training with you. So.
Yeah. And when you first started, you were heavy. I remember you fought fought the Viking for your first fight with TFA. But why do you still fight then?
It's fun.
Is it?
I like it.
Do you enjoy it?
Adrenaline. And it helps me not get fat because I always got to cut weight.
That was a big thing for me. It was weight loss in general was really hard for me because when I started, I think I was like 222. Not 222, but you know what I mean. And with each fight, I kind of went down, and that's what worked for me. And then I ended up fighting at 155. What's the lowest you fought?
This will be the lowest at 165.
160. Which one's bigger, 165 or 155? That's right, 155 is lower. That's right.
I'm also like 4 inches taller. So
Jesus Christ, this is going to be the whole podcast. Try not to cuss on these things as much.
I haven't cussed once.
Really?
It's just you.
Oh, well, shit. Josh has been dropping F-bombs nonstop.
Let's go, Josh. Why'd you start fighting?
Well, I haven't fought yet, so Saturday or tomorrow will be my first fight, but...
So you don't count heavy sparring as like actual fights then?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't count that as a real fight.
Most people don't.
But I didn't really have much ambition to start fighting when I went. Like, that wasn't my goal when I went to Tracy Hess's Subfighter MMA. It was more just to... I went to high school with Gabriel Green, who was a pro fighter there.
Yeah.
And so, like, I would see on his Instagram and Facebook, like, his fights and his training, and I was like, oh, it looks pretty cool. I want to try it out. And I was getting kind of tired of going to the LA Fitness and dealing with the, like, meathead people. And I always liked hitting the bag and stuff, but I wanted to see what I could do in training. And after, I think about 4 or 5 months, Tracy offered me a amateur fight, but I didn't want to take it because I was scared. Yeah. And so I waited about a year and a half and got like my skills better, my jiu-jitsu a little good, my wrestling and striking, and then...
Oh, what? You say you were scared. What about it was scary?
That I didn't have the skill set yet, and I've never really been a person that got in a lot of street fights or anything, a couple little schoolyard scuffles or anything, but never really like been in too many fights, so I didn't really like know what it was going to be like going in there. And my jiu-jitsu, I felt like that was my weakest spot. Like, I would get mounted a lot and I wouldn't be able to get out of mount.
Right.
So I just wanted to be at a certain point before I dove into it.
Right. And what do you think is like your biggest hurdle having your first fight? Like, what is the thing that you kind of mentally have to overcome?
Just the confidence, just knowing I can go in there and do it, that I do it in the gym, but I just need to go and transfer that into the cage, and just not letting the external things get to me, like the crowd and like, oh, what my family's going to think and stuff, and just going in there and taking a tactical approach and just like doing what what my coaches have taught me and what I know how to do.
Right. Now, is that a thing for you? Have you ever been are you more of an introvert or an extrovert?
I would say in high school I was more of an extrovert, but when I kind of got out of high school, like my 18, 19, 20, I started getting a little more introverted. Like had a little bit of depression and just kind of went into a shell. And then these like ever since training's really gotten my confidence more up and me more like just more to communicate better with people and stuff and more personable.
So you feel like it's helped your depression?
Yeah, definitely a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part, and I think that's a big piece of why people enjoy fighting so much, because you think about it like, okay, you're on a stage in front of a bunch of people, right? And you have to perform. That alone is a lot of anxiety, and like that by itself could add a lot of stress. But I think what people don't understand about fighting is once you get in there, you don't care about the crowd. You don't care about being on a stage or your performance. You care about accomplishing the task at hand, which is winning the fight. And it's such a release, like Jeffrey said, like the adrenaline. I think that's where it comes from. There's a freedom in it. And like just like jumping out of an airplane, the adrenaline doesn't come from the activity. The adrenaline comes from the experience that you have inside of that activity. So with people like with skydiving or like driving really fast, stuff like that, it's like this freedom of like nothing else matters in that moment. So that adrenaline dump rush kind of comes from like not having all those other things in your head going off, because the fact is when you're in the middle of a fight, you're not worried about your bills, you're not worried about people or your relationships or anything like that. And that is so damn addicting. And you want to just keep doing it because it's a release, man. So I think you're really going to enjoy it and just go into it with that, dude. Just soak it up, and just like really kind of be in the moment, and you'll do really well. Because you've come a long way, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good mentality to have. And also like just from doing a couple jiu-jitsu tournaments and getting the win, it's like you get that adrenaline and like thrill of victory. It's so, it's like you can't get it anywhere else. And I can't just imagine like winning a fight.
Dude, and then also like you have that experience with you the rest of your life. Like whether you have one fight or 50 fights, getting in there and like doing it, like that experience is you're just gonna take with you. That's why I always say, man, like that's why I'm always taking pictures and videos of his fights, because there's gonna come a point where you're not gonna fight anymore at some point, and like having like pictures and videos, like I wish I was into photography back when I fought, because I don't really have any. But you got to cherish those moments, and like when you get that highlight reel knockout, and you have that video of you just taking someone's head off with a a head kick, like dude, you can't beat that. It's pretty awesome. So do you have a lot of support from family and friends for the fighting?
Not too much. Like my mom's really supportive, my dad's pretty supportive, but I don't really put it out there too much, but yeah. I get a lot of support from my family.
Yeah. You have a lot of people coming to the fight?
I thought I did, but a lot of people flaked out. There's a lot of flakes. Yeah. That's one problem.
That's going to happen. What's also cool with fighting, it kind of brings out the entrepreneur in you a little bit. Like I've definitely noticed that with Jeffrey, like now that he's like fought a lot, like pushing tickets, branding yourself. Nice plug.
It's a learning experience, because that is part of the game. Like you can't just be a fighter in today's time just training. You have to, like how you said, market yourself and make yourself a brand and kind of.
And the better you do that, the better you're going to do the next thing and the next thing. I really attribute a lot of like what I've done with like building businesses and just like professional development to when I was fighting, and especially with an awesome coach like Tracy, because he doesn't buy excuses. So it's almost like having a mentor that's kind of shaping not only the way you fight, but also the way you approach an industry, right? So you have a lot of responsibility, and you got to do it yourself, and that I really value. And then you get good at it, and you build a following, you make more money, and then when you go pro, I mean, it's only going to get better and better. But even if you don't fight at a certain point, all of that skill set, that like kind of recruiting people to be supportive and selling tickets and branding, you take that with you to your next thing. and who knows where that branches off to.
Yeah, definitely.
Like Jeffrey's gonna branch off and do a what are you gonna do? Food truck? You still gonna do that? The Hellhound?
That's the goal.
What was the name of it? Hell Burgers? I forgot.
I haven't come up with a name yet exactly, but it definitely will not be that.
Hellburger. Yeah, it's not a very good name.
Sounds
yeah.
like the Wahlburgers.
It does. Have you ever had that?
No.
I went to Michigan and had it. It tastes kind of like a hamburger.
I like hamburgers, though.
Yeah. What are you guys going to eat after the fight?
See, that's the one thing about cutting weight, because I'm fighting at 171 and I was 188 last Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2 weeks, 18 pounds, basically cutting out carbs, high fat and protein, only 2 meals a day. But it sucks because all I do is watch like YouTube videos of different food places or Yelp places around. So
Really?
yeah, it helps me cope with not being able to eat it, to look at it.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever done to cut weight?
This
could get weird.
Drinking Epsom salt, which is a diuretic, and it is
Dude,
not fun.
Did that hurt? I feel like
Um,
that would like cramp your stomach.
yeah, it's about 30 minutes on the toilet multiple times a day, so it's
Yeah.
not very fun.
Have you ever done an enema?
No.
That's when you know you're committed.
What is enema?
What is an enema?
Yeah.
So you know how you drink Epsom salt? It's
Mhm.
kind of like that. But through your butthole.
Oh man.
The other way.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
So like it's a diuretic, right? So basically through like, you know, through osmosis, right? Like so if you like push a bunch of salt into something, like through the cell walls, the water will get pulled in, right? So that's why it flushes you out, because the salt brings, you know, your body's always trying to maintain this like balance of salts, so it pulls all the water in and it flushes you out. But yeah, when you have like 5 pounds to go and it's like the day before fight and you're already completely dehydrated, but it hurts your stomach. But I know a guy, he told me all about it. But what about you? Weirdest thing you've ever done to cut weight?
I do the Epsom salt like twice a week.
Which way?
The mouth way. The
Oh,
mouth. I drink it.
Good.
Yeah.
Highly recommended.
Tell the truth.
Exit only down there.
Yeah. How many times a day do you step on the scale fight week?
2 to 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Just regular.
Yeah.
During fight week. 6, 7.
Yeah.
Before every meal. After.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a whole log. I've been doing it like morning, a couple hours after I wake up, if I'm drinking water and stuff, after my first meal, after practice, after my second meal, before I go to bed, when I wake up.
Yeah.
Just keeping a log to see how my weight fluctuates, so I know like when you come down to the wire, like if I go to sleep at this weight, I'll wake up at this weight. After
Right.
I eat this, I'm gonna be this many hours later.
So do you, obviously, like for people that just try to lose weight in general, some of the stuff isn't applicable, right? But what would you say one thing you've learned in just cutting weight for a fight that people could use just to lose weight in general?
Somewhat like the keto diet. I mean, you have to adjust it to your lifestyle, because obviously if you're a person that's very active and doing a lot of stuff, you need a little more carbs.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say probably stick to around 50 to 100 grams of carbs a day,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of proteins and fats, and don't overeat. And that's what works for me.
Yeah, it's almost so simple that, like, it's funny because like I do like on nutritional counseling, and people don't realize it. Like what you just said is exactly what people need to do, but yeah, they complicate the shit out of it.
Yeah.
What about you?
Mostly try not to eat out. Just I make all my meals keto. No carbs.
No carbs at all?
I try and stay like next to none.
Are you gonna carb load before the fight?
No.
Oh Jesus.
I did that last time. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's little digestive problems. Yeah,
A little bit.
I believe it. Also, I think like when you are on the scale that much, you become very in sync with your body. Like, like you could probably look at a meal and kind of like know almost to the tenth of a pound what your weight's going to be, and then when you go to the restroom, probably what your weight's going to be. And so you become so much more self-aware of that. And when people are gaining weight slowly, like a pound a week, like over a period of time, they forget, like they don't add everything up and it gets away from them. So like I always tell people, just hop on the scale as much as you can. Obviously there's an unhealthy level to that, right? But I remember one time I was cutting a lot of weight, and my roommate saw me take a bite of something, and I spit it out, and he's like, "What the hell?" He's like, "Are you bulimic?" I'm like, "No, it's not that bad. I just like to taste food," and then I just spit it out. It's really bad. You know, people that don't fight probably are hearing this right now, going, "These guys are freaking crazy." We're like toddlers and tiaras, but grown up men who fight. It's like the runway people.
Grown-ups in belts.
Yeah. Like the runway models that like they think it's normal because they're around people that like throw up after each meal, so we're just like talking about it casually. But I don't think a lot of people will actually take bites of food and just spit it out just to taste it. Am I the only one? Because that'd be really weird.
I actually did that this camp. Like
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But it was with fruit.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was like pizza or something. What about you?
I just eat the food and go drink some Epsom salt.
Yeah, it's better than the alternative. All right. Anything else? Any other past things you want to bring up? We'll do another one called family therapy, and we'll figure this shit out. Okay.
Can we get like the sticks that we get to hit each other, like sock and bop?
Yeah. Like in couples therapy, where they like have to like, yeah.
I've
never been, but
shoot that at Affliction on the mat.
Yeah, that'd be fun. All right, so one more time, tell them about your fight and tell them why they should come see you fight. I'm talking to this camera.
All right.
Just go for it, dude.
This Saturday night at Metroflex.
Hell yeah.
Come watch Josh, the Viper Vogelsang, make his debut and hopefully knock someone the fuck out.
Yeah. Hell yeah. It ended with an F-bomb. I love it. Now, the Hellhound, he's been working on this. This is going to be good.
Oh, man.
I have not been working on this.
Yeah, he has.
He
Yeah,
dropped
watch.
us
You're
on the
gonna
internet,
see.
too.
You ever seen Teen Wolf? He's like Michael J. Fox right now, but in like a second. Watch this. Right in that camera. Go.
Saturday night, come see Jeff, the Hellhound Sutton. Whoop ass. You won't want to miss it. That's all I got. It's the best.
All right, listen. So let's grade ourselves here.
I'll take a 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10. What do you give yourself?
10 out of 10 perfection.
Fuck yeah, dude. Love the confidence. Jesus.
Cocky bastard.
All right. Yeah. Again, guys. Tomorrow night, Metroflex. Come check it out. It's gonna be a great time. Again,
My
doors
fist do the
open
talking.
There you go. You should put that on the shirt. Doors open at 5. Fights start at 6. 14 fights. Tacos, booze, good fights. Come see Jeff and Josh. Whoop some anus. And yeah, we'll it's gonna be a good night, and we'll see you guys there. Peace. Other than the family therapy stuff, I thought that went really well.